G'day everybody, or whoever's watching. Gonna go through a hunting video. This is with my dog. This is exciting. Now, if you don't like seeing animals die and the whole hunting process, probably not going to be a video for you. But I'll give you my thoughts on why it's so important for men to do this, and very, very important for fathers to teach their sons this incredibly important skill as it pertains to masculinity, in my view. So let's go and check this out. This is Mount Brown, where we're currently shearing at the moment. These are lambs. They'll go through that shed up there. This obviously isn't the hunting part. This is the shearing. So we've gone in the paddocks, we've caught all these sheep, put them in the yards, which is what these are. They go in through here, sort them into their numbers, and there's a whole bunch of like little stable things in there that they go through. And then the shearers are in through here, and they pull the sheep through, get rid of all their hair, and they punch them out these little slots here. And you can see they come out white because all the wool is gone. Shorn, and they come out like these white ones over here because they got no fur on them, so they're all white. But we don't hunt the or no wool. So you want these things to stay alive. Potty, chuck them through this machine, it sprays them with chemical stuff to get rid of the lice and flies and fleas and so the wool's all good. Yeah, and then like it. There's some tanks up there, so that's a paddock we take them to. All around here's paddocks that we use, so a lot of them have been shipped. It doesn't look like there's a lot there, and like most of it is dirt, but there is a little bits of food and those things, so you can run sheep. It's just an enormous amount of land with not a lot of sort of food on it. But we've been shearing 6,000 sheep here, so we've got about 1,500 to go. Nearly done. Should be done tomorrow, which should be good. We've got one more property to do, but yeah, it's been interesting, and yeah, if they all go mouldy, that's a lot of money. So you don't really want that to happen. But that's what they use it for. I'd be interested to find out what. Okay, well, all right. Now we're talking about wool. So what happens when they shear the wool off? It goes in this machine that like presses it all down and squishes it. So like squishes it really tight. And you end up with you should end up with about 220 kilos per bale. And these bales are probably about a meter high, maybe a little bit more, and then wide, and it's just stuffed with wool. So a lot of wool in there. Each one of those sells for about $1,000, maybe a little bit more, depends on market prices and that variation. And we get them and we chuck them all on trucks. If the wool is wet, which happens, this is what I was sort of talking about here, is it gets sort of dewy overnight once we bring the sheep in, because you don't get through all the sheep that you bring in a day, and you sort of got to plan it to try and get the timing right, otherwise it's a pain in the ass. Anyway, if the sheep are outside and they get wet, then you need to have them air and dry the wool before they can get shorn, because if they get shorn wet and it all goes into the presser, then it starts getting moldy. And if you've got, like what we're usually doing is putting, between 90 to 150 of these bales on the trucks. And if you've got one that goes moldy because it's wet and it starts spreading to the other ones, a lot of money gets pissed down the drain there. So you got to be a little bit cautious. Make sure you've got the sheep dry, and yeah, you got to depend on the weather a bit for that, because it doesn't really make sense to put heaters in there for wool, because it would literally cost more to put the heaters in than it would to shear the sheep and sell the wool. So economics for you. Very interesting how it works in farming. I actually think it's one of the best live learning experiences of observing economic principles. What the organic guys do with that, but yeah, it's all interesting, all learning. What are you getting there? Look at this guy. Hungry. Bro, it's a metal bar. This is what they look like after they've been shorn. This is the jetter, so that puts the chemicals in them make sure that flies and fleas and lice, all that.
Push up, Wolf. Push up. Push up.
Flies is a big problem.
Push him up. Push up, Roddy. Push up, Roddy.
This dog's
push up, Wolf.
It is so good.
Oh.
Love it.
Up. Go for it, Nobby. All yours, bro. Just stop it.
This blew my mind. He's a shearer. He was a really good shearer.
I'm gonna study the later.
Oh. What the hell? What the hell?
No, you gotta finish it now.
No.
We're all pretty drunk at that stage. And that's one of the things about the guys that sort of work and do the shearing. They can actually make decent money, right? Like you make if the guys that do really, really well, they'll make it's 200 sheep in a day is I forgot how much, but you can sort of if you're a good shearer, you should be able to clear 100 grand pretty comfortably. Physical, tough work. What these guys do is a lot of their lifestyle is drinking. So they'll shear, make the money during the day, and they just get pissed every single night. They are drinking enormous amounts of alcohol. I don't know how they function, honestly, because they seem to operate off like 3-4 hours sleep, and they're always hungover. They don't get sober till like halfway during the day. And then they're starting beers like 2 or 3 hours later once they knock off. It's like crazy. Anyway, that's a little bit about the farming. I'll get to the hunting one later. Drop your comments, questions. Have you ever been on a farm? Have you seen how the shearing stuff goes? You're curious about other things? Ask me a question. Drop it in the comments because it helps enormously. Comment. And if you do ever get the chance, I strongly recommend you go and do some work on a farm if you've never done it before. If you want me to hook you up and you're in Australia, you want me to hook you up with these guys that I went and worked with, amazing family. You just have to be a good worker. Don't try and do this as a lazy person. It is not a lazy person's job. And if you want to get rich, probably not the best job to do it. Learn other skills to get rich, but learning this skill set, if you're looking at starting your own business and doing things with animals, brilliant thing to learn. Completely invaluable as well. So, have fun. Right, I'll talk to you guys on the next one. Bye.